man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. But have you been hearing any news about him getting indicted?
And he told the lawyer everything that the girl told him, which was crazy. And Homeland Security brought him in.
Brace yourselves because we've got some jaw-dropping news that's set to rock Hollywood to its core. Diddy, yes, the music mogul himself, is on the verge of being arrested. According to his former bodyguard, the feds have been quietly assembling a case with airtight evidence, and we're talking video, audio, and multiple witnesses ready to testify.
They have people want to make up stuff, but they got people who was there that was witness and speaking about it.
From shocking accusations of substance trafficking and tax evasion to the scandalous details of what really happens behind studio doors, this is one story you won't want to miss. Get ready to dive into the murky world of celebrity secrets and see how one of the biggest names in the industry could be facing his biggest downfall yet. Stay tuned because things are about to get wild.
And he was in the studio the night one of the girls made a complaint, the night something happened to one of the girls.
So, in a bombshell revelation, Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, didn't hold back in his latest interview, setting the stage for what could be one of the most sensational celebrity scandals of our time. According to Deal, the authorities have amassed a mountain of evidence against Diddy, poised to bring him down before Labor Day. Homeland Security brought in my friend, a producer and engineer, who was in the studio the night one of the girls made a complaint. Deal revealed they've got him and others ready to testify. As the story unfolds, it's becoming clear that the case against Diddy isn't just about one incident. Deal mentioned a range of accusations, from tax evasion and substance trafficking to assault and gun charges. The layers of alleged criminal activities are staggering. They've got different lawyers working on all those things, bro, Deal emphasized. This isn't a simple case. It's a complex web that could ensnare Diddy in legal battles for years.
He told them they wouldn't let him know what they were doing, but it seemed like that something might happen before Labor Day.
Wow, before Labor Day?
Interestingly enough, the narrative took an even darker turn with the mention of the explicit allegations from the women involved. Deal recounted how one victim claimed she was intoxicated and coerced into inappropriate acts in the studio, a scene so disturbing that a witness felt compelled to leave.
And once she drank it, she became a certain way and found herself giving him a in the studio in front of people.
This leads us to the question, could Diddy's past finally be catching up to him? Legal experts are certainly weighing in. Niyama Rahmani, a seasoned attorney, likened Diddy's situation to those of Jeffrey Epstein and R. Kelly, suggesting that the music mogul could face a life sentence if convicted. I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy is arrested in the coming days or weeks, Rahmani speculated. This isn't about a slap on the wrist. We're talking about potential decades in prison. In a shocking twist, federal agents have already raided 2 of Diddy's properties, scouring for evidence related to trafficking and other crimes. This aggressive action indicates that the authorities are serious about their case. Federal agents were looking for evidence of criminal activity, primarily trafficking, Rahmani explained. If convicted, even one count could carry a minimum 10 to 15-year prison sentence. What no one expected was the sheer scale of the investigation. Multiple victims across various jurisdictions have come forward, painting a grim picture of a systematic pattern of abuse and exploitation. This isn't just a Hollywood scandal. It's a potential legal nightmare that could see Diddy facing severe consequences.
This is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
Could it be that Diddy's glamorous lifestyle masked a dark underbelly of criminal activity? The parallels drawn with Epstein and R. Kelly are chilling. Both cases involved powerful men using their influence to exploit vulnerable individuals, and Diddy's case seems eerily similar. This all started with Cassie's lawsuit, Rahmani pointed out. She knew where the bodies were buried, and she spilled it all out, encouraging other victims to come forward. As more details emerge, the possibility of Diddy facing federal trafficking charges becomes increasingly likely. Rahmani believes it's not a matter of if, but when. He should make sure that he has his lawyers on standby because he's likely going to face federal trafficking charges very soon, she stated. The implications for Diddy are severe. If arrested, it will be up to a federal judge to decide whether he gets bail or remains in jail until trial. The stakes couldn't be higher. With such serious charges, a conviction could see him spending the rest of his life behind bars, a dramatic fall from grace for one of the music industry's biggest names.
And let me tell you something else. Not only should he have apologized to Cassie in that video, he should have apologized to all of the general public that he lied to.
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
What remains to be seen is how Diddy will respond to these allegations. So far, his legal team has condemned the authorities' actions, calling the raids a gross overuse of military-level force. But this might just be the beginning of a long and grueling legal battle. As the clock ticks down to Labor Day, the tension is palpable. Will Diddy be arrested, Will more victims come forward? And most importantly, how will the story end? One thing is certain. Hollywood is holding its breath, watching as one of its most iconic figures faces potentially the biggest challenge of his life.
I'm gonna fight for my reputation. I'm gonna fight for the honorable man I am, the righteous king that I am. I'm not perfect.
Now, to understand how Diddy came to this point, we need to rewind to the very beginning of his career, a time when he was already associated with violence, crime, and controversy. Born Sean Combs in Harlem, New York, Diddy's journey to fame began in the rough streets of Mount Vernon. From an early age, he was determined to make it big, and his hustle was unmatched. In the late 80s, he got his first break as an intern at Uptown Records, quickly climbing the ranks to become a talent director. But even then, rumors of his aggressive and sometimes violent tendencies began to swirl.
I know that's completely not true. Biggie didn't have no money conflict. It would be inadequate for me to speculate. I would just be like everybody else.
In 1993, Diddy founded Bad Boy Records, a label that would soon dominate the hip-hop scene. The label's success was meteoric, with artists like the Notorious B.I.G. leading the charge.
I've seen the media portray me like I'm a gangster, which is just not the case.
However, behind the scenes, Diddy's management style was reportedly ruthless. Former associates have claimed that he ruled with an iron fist, often resorting to intimidation and threats to maintain control. Kirk Burroughs, who co-founded Bad Boy with Diddy, once said he had that propensity for violence way back then. It just wasn't as well known. It's almost like it was part of his operating manual. Interestingly enough, Diddy's alleged involvement in criminal activities was never far from the spotlight. In 1991, he produced an AIDS fundraiser at City College of New York, which ended in tragedy when a stampede caused 9 fatalities. While no criminal charges were filed, the incident left a dark mark on his early career. Later, in 1999, he was charged with assaulting a record executive and faced weapons charges after a nightclub shooting involving his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez. Though he was acquitted, the incidents fueled the image of a man perpetually surrounded by violence and chaos.
All I've ever given is opportunity and more money than a person was making.
As the story unfolds, it becomes evident that Diddy's success in the music industry was often accompanied by a trail of broken relationships and accusations of misconduct. His former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, accused him of repeated physical assaults and even claimed that he blew up rapper Kid Cudi's car out of jealousy. Cassie's lawsuit, which Diddy quickly settled, was just one of many that have painted a picture of a man whose public persona was starkly different from his private actions.
So he gotta look good going into it, because right now, in the public's eye, he don't look that good, bro.
This leads us to the question, how did Diddy manage to maintain his empire for so long despite these allegations? Some speculate that his charm and ability to manipulate those around him played a significant role. Sean had the charm to make people do his bidding, Burroughs noted. For a while, I was 100s down with Sean Combs, but I know what the price is of being down with that guy. In a shocking twist, Diddy's business ventures also began to suffer. His planned $185 million acquisition of herbal retail stores fell apart, and his lucrative partnership with Diageo for Kyrock Spirits and De Leon Beverages ended amidst accusations of marginalization and contract breaches. The fallout from these business failures has only added to his mounting legal troubles, leaving many to wonder if his empire is on the brink of collapse. What no one expected was the sheer volume of allegations that have come to light under the Adult Survivors Act. This legislation has allowed victims to file civil lawsuits for abuses that occurred years ago, leading to a wave of accusations against powerful figures in the music industry. Diddy, who was once seen as a pioneer and a trailblazer, now finds himself compared to the likes of Jeffrey Epstein and R. Kelly, powerful men brought down by their predatory behaviors.
I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable.
As Hollywood holds its breath, watching one of its most iconic figures face potentially his biggest challenge, the question remains, will Diddy be able to fight off these allegations, or will his past finally catch up with him? The tension is palpable, and the stakes couldn't be higher. With such serious charges looming, a conviction could see Diddy spending the rest of his life behind bars, a dramatic fall from grace for the once untouchable music mogul. In this high-stakes drama, only time will tell how the story ends. One thing is certain, the world is watching, and the legacy of Sean Diddy Combs hangs in the balance. And the unfolding drama surrounding Diddy's potential arrest has fans buzzing with a mixture of shock, disappointment, and grim satisfaction. Comments from fans reflect a spectrum of emotions, from those who feel vindicated by the allegations to those who lament the downfall of a once revered icon. One fan noted, Reggie Wright said the same thing on Bomb First about Diddy getting arrested by September. This comment underscores a growing consensus among some fans who believe that the writing has been on the wall for Diddy for quite some time. Another fan commented, "This is what happens when they gave him too much power and money." This sentiment echoes a broader concern about the corrupting influence of wealth and power. Diddy's rise to fame and fortune is a quintessential rags to riches story, but for some, it also serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked influence. As we wrap up this intense and revealing episode, we're left with some burning questions. Is Diddy truly the mastermind behind these shocking allegations, or is he a victim of his own success and power? Will these accusations finally bring his empire crashing down? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, keep the gossip alive.